Me and my wife was watching TV the other night, and the news come on. And on the news, they said they was trying to pass a bill. Every adult gonna get $2,000. Every kid you got is an extra $500. And I looked at her and I was like, baby, we about to make $5,000 a month for the next 4 to 6 months. We gonna be rich. Next thing we know, wake up this morning, Governor Kemp on the TV talking about we opening everything back up. I guess they had to think about that one overnight and they realized that wasn't a good move.
I went over there and saw my aunt the other day. I had a lot extra time now that everybody's stuck at home. And we stayed 6 feet apart, so we were social distancing. But anyway, she says that she's going to start working from home. And I was like, how are you going to do that? You ain't got a pole at your house.
So we was watching TV the other day and the news come on. Governor Kemp said he going to open some businesses back up on Friday, which is what my wife does. And then on Monday, he going to open some other businesses back up, which is what I do. And my wife said, well, I guess we get to go back to work and make some money. It must be safe. And I said, baby, until you ride by the country club and the rich folks is playing golf out there, we ain't going back to work. So I went to the convenience store the other day right down the road where I buy my drinks and stuff. And the cashier says, you can't come in here if you ain't wearing a mask. And I looked at her and I said, last time I come in here wearing a mask, I got a felony. My whole life I was told that the best storytellers in this world was people that was about to ask you for money, that they could come up with some great, amazing stories to give you a reason to loan them some money. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was just about to ask him if I could borrow some money, and I was telling a humdinger of a story. And about the time I got finished, my brother looked at me and he said, you know, I remember when that happened. I was like, how you remember when that happened? I made this up so I could borrow some money. Well, our stimulus deposit from Uncle Trump hit the bank the other day. And my wife looked at me and she was like, you know what? $1,200 ain't really that much. And I was like, this coming from the woman that'll argue with a cashier when something says 89 cents on the shelf and it rings up for 99 cents? You argue over 10 cents, but $1,200 ain't much? When I was little, my Aunt Paula, she's a hypochondriac, she used to always fuss about she had a cough she couldn't shake, running a fever at night, sweating. Everything that could go wrong used to go wrong. Well, once this corona stuff started, and she found out that if you had any of them symptoms, that they'd send you off for 2 weeks to be quarantined, ain't nobody heard a peep out of her. I went over to my ma-in-law's and my Aunt Patty's house for New Year's Day to eat collard greens, black-eyed peas, cornbread, all the good stuff supposed to bring you good luck, you know. When I got over there, they just had turkey and dressing left over from Christmas. Maybe Thanksgiving, I don't know. It all tastes the same. Anyway, I told them that day, I said, we are messing up by not eating the good luck foods. And what do you know, 2020, here we are. So I got really bored the other day and I rode over to my buddy's house and just checking on him. He don't work much, you know. He kind of a bum, low life, don't do much with his life, you know. Everybody got one in their family, but this is just my buddy. We're a bunch of high-class folks in my family. Anyhow, getting back to the story, I said, you gonna work from home now that you ain't able to go out and work? And he said, no. Last time I was working from home, FBI kicked the door in and said, hands up.
I'm just going to throw this out there, see where it lands in about 10 years. But you watch and see if in 10 years Ken Nugent ain't on the commercials or the radio saying, were you offended by something on Facebook in the year 2020? Were you forced to work during the COVID epidemic? If you were, make that one call and that'll be all.
She's going to kill me for doing this, but I'm going to go ahead and apologize for my wife to everybody out there. On January 1st, she got a forward on the Facebook Messenger, and it said, forward this to 10 people. If you don't, the world will end. You will have financial struggles, and everything that is ever going to happen bad to you will happen to you this year. Well, I told her, I said, you better forward it. But you know what she did? Trash. This is kind of my stance on where we're at with everything that's happening right now. If you're going to lock down some states and you're going to open up some other states, like here in Georgia, starting tomorrow, then that's kind of like having a peeing section in a swimming pool. It don't make much sense. So me and my wife sitting in the living room the other night just trying to relax a little bit when we heard a god-awful ruckus. And it was the kids a coming. The iPhones was moving slowly because of the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi wasn't going fast enough for them. PlayStation games, they're tired of playing them. They're bored. They watched everything on Netflix twice. Disney Plus, all the other channels they got, 300-something channels. And they was talking about how bored they are. And I looked at them and I said, if this would have happened 15 years ago, we'd have been stuck at home with a Nokia telephone playing Minefield on a dial-up connection desktop computer.
Me and my wife was riding down the road the other day on the way to grocery store, and she looked at me and she said, I can't wait till we can go out to eat at a restaurant. I looked at her and I said, well, the day we can go eat at a restaurant, I don't want to hear no fussing about you don't know what you want to eat, because you got 45 days to think about it.
So we was watching Netflix the other day in the living room. Done been watching a couple of shows back to back, you know. And that little thing popped up on there and said, are you still there? Yes or no? And I looked at my wife and she looked at me and I said, well, hit the yes button. That's probably from the government. They want to see if we at the house or not. This is a message for to whom it may concern. They all talking about wanting to help everybody out and get fresh starts. Well, they give me $1,200 stimulus package, and I just wonder if they might want to throw in a $750 credit score. I was watching Netflix the other day, and a Credit Karma thing popped up. Know your credit score. So I created an account, got on there. You know, I was thinking I might want to buy something, my $1,200 stimulus package. And anyway, I had a 434, a 434 credit score. I always heard you got a 450 just for spelling your name right. Well, I looked, and sure enough, I had misspelled my name on my credit report. So a 434 is what I got. Anyway, I was thinking I ain't got a call from no debt collectors in a while. That they probably ain't essential employees. So they are probably not working from home, not working from the office, so they're just laid off. So I got on there and started disputing all of my charges, and they gave me a notification that said they only had 30 days to respond. So if I'm right, in 60 days, I'm going to have an 800 credit score. So back when this whole thing started, we was like everybody else. You know, we had to go buy, or try to buy, 12 cases of water, because we didn't want to run out of water just in case something happened to the infrastructure. So anyway, I go to Kroger. Kroger ain't got no water. And I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? So I get home and I go in there to tuck my kids in to sleep. And what do I find? 1,200 half full bottles of water in each one of them's room. I don't know what it is about kids and half full bottles of water, but they collect them in their room. So if you're running low on water, just go check. I've always been proud to have been born and raised in the South. You know, you walk past somebody, you'd speak, wave, whatnot. And, you know, if you sneeze, they'd say, oh, bless you, or God bless you, depending on what religion they was. Well, the other day, walking around Kroger trying to find some water and toilet paper, I sneezed, and they gave me the most god-awfulest looks. Looked like the devil had just walked into the church. You know your family got problems when your aunt had to go to the hospital because she got the COVID. And the first thing anybody asked her when she got home was, what kind of pain medicine they give you? I'm just going to send this out to whom it may concern. I didn't spend the younger years of my life drinking Golden Grain and Everclear to be wiped off the face of this planet by a virus named after a Mexican beer.